The trouble with the human race, past and present, is there are not enough people realizing what God is and living accordingly. There are too many believers. I believe in God. I believe in God. I believe in God. That's been said millions of times right now throughout the world. Believing in God has absolutely nothing to do with realizing God. A belief is not the way to base one's life upon. Beliefs. We have to base our lives upon realizations. We do it every day. We have realized much, and we base our lives, our functional lives, on these realizations. We don't believe water quenches our thirst. We know, we have realized that water quenches our thirst. We don't believe that switch switches on the light. We have realized that it does. We don't believe that tap turns on the hot water. We have realized that it does. Unless, of course, the switch hasn't been put down in the airing cupboard or the boiler's not on. We don't believe that fruit does us good and green vegetables does us good. We've realized this. We don't believe in such a lot because we have realized. If I do that, I open the drawer. If I do that, I open the door. I open the drawer and open the door. Certain actions do that. I've just looked at my watch and it's 11:10. Now, I don't need to believe that it's 11:10. I know, according to my watch, it's 11:10. Unless someone's playing a trick on me. This cup has a handle, and I don't believe that I'm going to be able to hold the cup. I've realized that I'm going to be able to hold it. It doesn't matter about beliefs. Beliefs are immaterial once you've realized. I always use this example. Our mothers told us not to touch that because it's hot and it will burn you. But that belief wasn't sufficient. We had to realize that it's hot. And in that realization, we don't touch the fire anymore. Don't need to touch the fire. You can give me a whole list of what you've realized, and you base your life on those realizations. I've realized, or people have realized, the scientists, that too much sugar in your body causes diabetes. Well, I haven't yet realized that, because I haven't had any tests recently. But maybe I've had too much sugar. I can believe that I've had too much sugar. Yesterday was a sugar day, and quite a bit of cake and dessert, because there was this kind of celebration. We indulge at times. Now, I could start believing that I've got diabetes, but I wouldn't know until it's been proven to me. So I've had my blood tested. For me to look at a plant to see whether it needs watering has to go beyond belief. someone might say to me, go and do something, and I haven't realized what they're saying is actually true until I go there and do it, whatever it might be. A friend phoned me up yesterday, or actually FaceTimed, and he was concerned about his husband. And, he's in his 80s, so my friend was a bit concerned. I went and visited, and he brightened up. Beliefs and realizations are not the same. And to base your life on beliefs is horrendous, really. It doesn't get you anywhere other than it breeds anxiety. It creates concern, it creates tensions, it creates wars. All the world wars are due to beliefs. And Hitler had this one belief he was fixated on, killing all the Jews and homosexuals. That would make a better world. Where did that belief come from? And then millions of people followed him like sheep. And these are Christians. Thousands and thousands of people had a religion. And same in all countries, we defend our country, killing millions of people in the name of their country. And many people kill in the name of religion. These are all beliefs. It's all coming from the lack of realization. If I hadn't realized that fire is hot, I'd keep putting my finger in it to test it. How many times do we need to do something before we stop believing and realize? I use the clenched fist and an open hand as an analogy. The clenched fist is about beliefs. The open hand is about realization. And the greatest realization for liberation, for peace, is to realize what God is. It's not something in your head. Though, in some sense, it's not a thought in your head. That's not what God is. A belief is just a thought. A belief is a word or more. Beliefs come from books and hearsay. And you know what Chinese whispers are all about. Everything gets misconstrued after a short while. That's what's happened with religion. You know, we all know there has never been a photo taken of Jesus. Photography wasn't around 2,000 or more years ago. We know that. But if I held up 10 pictures here, including a picture of Jesus, you would recognize Jesus. How is that? How does that happen? We're brought up to believe that this is a picture of Jesus. This is how he would have looked. And if I give you a cross and a figure on the cross, looking pathetic, and you wouldn't, hanging there, you'd say that was Jesus. That's not a realization. The only way out of this ridiculous nonsense is to realize what God is. God is represented by the open hand. God is the divine feeling, is spirit, is inherent in the body-mind as this space of love, joy, happiness. It really is. That is what God is. It's light. It's ecstasy. Joy. It's inherent. Now, I know when I put hot water in here, I knew the tea was hot. That was a while ago. Now I believe it's no longer hot and it's cooled down, which means the liquid in this cup I could drink in one go. But it's no longer hot as it was when I first made the tea. So I believe that it's cool enough now to drink in one go. So I believe that. Now let's realize whether that belief was true or not. You see, that's what about beliefs. You don't know whether they're true or not. You just don't know. Someone can come into this room right now and say, a cat was knocked down on the road. A cat has been killed. I don't know whether that's true. I don't need to hold on to that bit of knowledge. I just have no need to do that. People think they've got to believe in God. You haven't. Why would you do that? For your own sanity? So that you be one of the many? That you won't look dumb? That you don't want to seem to be odd? You don't need to believe in anything, in those sort of beliefs. Yes, I believe that my bedroom's over there next door still. I believe that. I don't know until I open the door. Anything could have happened. I believe there's a Lidl around the corner, and I believe there's a Boots chemist over there, and I believe that Marks and Spencer's is there, and I believe my gym's there, and I believe I'm going to go to yoga tonight. But it's only in the actual realization, the actual doing of something, the actuality of it, that these beliefs become real or not. Here we go. There we are. It was cool enough to drink in one go. That is now my realization that it was true. People say, "Oh, I believe in God, and I'll be, I'll be okay when I die." And then they say, so I say, "How do you know?" "Oh, I'll know when I'm there." After I'm dead. It's right now that matters. So you buy something in the shop with the belief that it's going to work okay when you get home. You might buy a coat and you think it's waterproof. You don't know until you've actually gone into the rain. It has to be proven. You buy a pair of shoes in the hope that they are going to wear be okay for 2 or 3 years before they wear out, and also that they are waterproof. You buy them with that faith. Belief and faith go hand in hand much of the time. But to realize God is what is necessary for this human race to become sane. It's insanity. Everyone running around, rushing around like headless chickens. Look how everyone drives on the roads. They're at war with one another. That's what a clenched fist is about. I am right and I am right and you are wrong. Ooh. Oh, look at the time. Oh, I've got to get there. Well, I believe the bus comes at 10 past 10 or something. You are waiting and waiting and waiting. I was told. Oh no, there's no buses today. It's Sunday. Realization is what matters. And the biggest realization in life is to realize what God is. And God is nothing other than this ecstatic state of happiness, joy, delight, intimacy, peace, and an aloneness. I'm going to read this, what my teacher Adidar said. Just go and get it. Now, you see, that was an act of belief and faith. I believed that this was in the bathroom, still hanging on the wall, and it was. Because now is my realization. That's how we live. We live on beliefs and faiths. We go here, we go there, we do this, in faith that it's going to continue to do so, whatever it is that we're doing, on a daily basis. We become familiar. And when something doesn't work, that usually works, we get annoyed, or cross, or start blaming other people. So this was on the wall, hadn't been taken down, hadn't been stolen. I've got a friend who marks on everything he has stolen, literally. Literally, on a pen he'll put the word stolen, on a file he'll put the word stolen, on the drill he'll put the word stolen, on a spade, on a screwdriver, word stolen, stolen, stolen. It's madness. I don't know why, because, well, if someone's going to come to steal something and they see the word stolen on it, they won't steal it. That's his thoughts. Paranoid. Anyway, this is what was written by my teacher Adidar Samraj. Alone, so being alone, is the conditions of bliss. Not dependent on anyone. Bliss isn't dependent. The realization of God and to live in that disposition is not dependent on anyone or anything. Like water is already wet. So the natural state, the inherent state of the human body is already happiness. Alone is the conditions of bliss, not the beginnings of a great search. It is the possibility of sudden knowledge, unless you are more than alone, pursuing the answers, lonely where you are only alone. Alone is the premise of great knowledge. See, loneliness is not about being alone. Loneliness is because you feel that you are alone and you want company. You don't like being alone. But true aloneness isn't lonely. You are so happy where you are and whatever it is you're doing. You're at one. There's none of this tension of wanting to have company in order to make you happy. And wisdom is simply the awareness that you are alone. Thus, the wise begin understanding by standing alone. and soon they know the wisdom of it. Alone is our original form, and when remaining alone, I understood. Understanding, I am the immensity of great love. Loving radically and uncaused, alone with no one, I am no longer troubled. That's the realization that everyone needs to realize, that being alone isn't lonely. Being alone is truly blissful and happy. Not dependent on anyone to make you happy. You know, there's a saying, how do I know that tree exists if I don't see it? Well, I assume the tree is all alone when no one is seeing it. And it's okay. The tree feels okay about being all alone. So the natural inherent state of the body-mind is this aloneness, being already happy, already joy, already delight, already intimate. Find this out, realize this, and that will put an end to all of your suffering, unhappiness, uncertainties, and beliefs, of course. So stop believing and realize. You realize many realizations throughout the day. Yes, I can still do that. Yes, I can still walk. Yes, I can still breathe. Yes, I can still enjoy this. Yes, I can still have that. Yes, I can still use that. You're realizing throughout the day. You're not actually mentally saying, oh, that's what I've just realized. But you have just realized it. You look at the flowers and you realize, yes, they're still alive. Next day you look at the flowers, oh, they're needing more water. And the following day you look at the flowers, oh, they're no longer, they've died. Each of those were different realizations. You look at the tissue box and you see, oh, there are quite a few left in there. I don't need to go and buy another box of tissues yet. You look at that, oh, it needs cleaning. The seeing of something immediately puts you in the place of realization. So to realize God, there's so many, you see, the clenched fist is at war with one another. At the moment, millions and millions of people are at loggerheads with one another. I am right, you are right. I am wrong, you are wrong. This is mine, this is yours. Realize what God is and be happy. Be happy to be alone. Not emotionally blackmailing everybody to make you happy. It's ugly. The clenched fist disposition is ugly. It's not good. Thank you for listening. Find a teacher. For me, it was Adidar Samboj. Remember, keep remembering that which you've realized. And he would say it's already the case. Already the case. Yeah. Realize the truth, which is, as I've said, we are already happy, inherently happy. find that out. Yeah. Known as aware the heart.